Now we are live.
4, 3, 2, 1. Nope, no countdown, only counting up.
No countdown. Only counting up.
I can only see YouTube.
Just because YouTube lets everybody know we're fixing to go live.
Oh, Facebook doesn't.
Mm-mm.
Hi, everyone.
Facebook's instant.
Okay, no warning.
No warning.
Some people said that they got warnings from other people. Maybe they set it up themselves.
Maybe. But yeah, Facebook's just boom.
Just instant.
Just
Just like you,
instant.
Gidget.
Just instant.
We have a special guest tonight. Look at here.
Gidget.
Sir?
I don't know why she's so hot.
Because if you had this much hair, you'd be
guess so.
hot too.
I guess so. I guess I would be.
You would be, no doubt. How are you guys on this Sunday evening? I guess it's Sunday everywhere.
Should be.
No, it's not.
Where?
There's some places overseas that it's the next day.
You think?
I know so.
I guess so, because I guess they could be.
Yeah, because somebody said that they love it when they wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and we're live.
That's right. I don't know
and that
who
would be
was.
Monday.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that is true. Well, what is going on, everybody? This is your Jason and Brooke over here at Cog Hill Farm. I can't get enough drink.
I was like that yesterday.
Yeah.
I even put me a water in the freezer yesterday.
Really?
Yes, because I just couldn't get enough to drink, and I felt like I needed something a little different.
Yeah.
So I put it in the freezer and got some ice around the edges, and it didn't fix it.
You know how when you eat pizza?
Yeah, but we hadn't ate any pizza.
I know it, but that's what I feel like. I've eaten pizza, and I want to just keep drinking. For some reason, when we eat pizza, I guess because it's so salty, which is not very often. I don't know when the last time we had pizza was.
I don't eat. Oh, I do. When we went to that place in Birmingham.
Yeah.
And we stopped at that snazzy pizza place. You remember?
I can't even the name of it.
I don't know.
It looked like a gas station, but it wasn't.
But we did have something that we don't normally have.
What?
Today?
What's that?
McDonald's ice cream cones.
We did have a McDonald's ice cream cone. All three of us.
3 ice cream cones. And it wasn't Gidget. It was Mary Carl.
Oh, yeah. That's right. That's rare.
That's just something we don't do.
Pizza and ice cream cones from McDonald's.
Well, we didn't get pizza, though.
No, I'm just saying, don't eat much pizza.
Not that we don't like it. Yeah. We might have to try pizza on the Traeger once we...
I know it. I would love to eventually get me a pizza oven, but we just kind of don't eat that much pizza, I guess. But
unless we can make healthy pizza.
I think so. I always say margarita. I don't know if that's how you say it or not. The margarita pizza, which is just cheese, basil, and sauce, which I really like it a lot.
You know what I'm thinking?
What's that?
That I can make a very thin pan of cornbread and layer some collards on the top of it. And it could be a collard and cornbread pizza. Boy, that could be a staple, couldn't it?
Oh, my gracious. Collard and cornbread pizza.
I saw your shirt. That's what made me think of it.
This one wore out, too.
I think our last live, you had a collard and cornbread shirt on.
The red one? You must have.
Yeah, because I remember talking about it.
Yeah.
Gidget's gone to bed.
Good.
Well, maybe not.
You said her name.
I did, but...
You said her name. How are your chicks doing?
I just left from checking on them. If you didn't watch the video, you should have. But Mary Carl and I had to go and get some buck feed, but not for deer bucks. Matter of fact, when I got up to the counter, they said, "What's the number for monster buck?" And I said, "No, I'm talking about goat buck feed."
Yeah.
Oh, I guess they were selling a lot of.
I'm sure they are.
Deer season and hunters are buying.
I'm sure they are.
So I had to clarify that. But when we walked in the feed store, I didn't see any chicks. So I look over to my left because when they said that about the buck feed, I wanted to walk outside and show it to them, make sure I was getting the right thing.
Right.
So I go down the aisle where the feed is, and I saw a brooder set up. It was a GQF, and it was one layer stacked on top of each other. And you really couldn't hear much of anything, but I knew there was something in it because it wouldn't be set up. We walk over there and the little tag says Rhode Island Red 15. And then it said Barred Rock 15.
Mm-hmm.
So we squat down and we look in there, and lo and behold, there were 12 Rhode Island Red pullets.
I can't believe that. I'm gonna be honest with you.
And a pullet is a 90% chance it's a female sex chick.
Right.
And I asked the lady, I said, are they pullets? And she said 90%.
I don't know. I'm sure we.
That's what the hatchery tells them.
Yeah, I'm trying to think though. If a pullet is a baby female chick, and I'm trying to think if we've ever gotten. I'm sure we have, but usually when you buy pullets, most of the time they're all girls.
Well,
can you think of a time we got?
Yeah, I can think of a number of times.
Really?
Yeah.
I just can't remember.
I'm not trying to prove you wrong, but
no, I'm not saying that.
Do
I
you
just
remember?
Don't remember.
Oh goodness, they were Wandots. They were. This is one that particularly sticks out to me because we bought pullets.
Yeah.
They were black and white.
Right.
Colombian Wandots. And that what we thought was a hen, because we bought all pullets, stayed in the goat pen when we were at the old farm forever. So we named her something that it wasn't goat because that was a neck and neck, but we named her something that pertained to goats because she always lived in there. She was a he. That one sticks out to me. Neck and necks. When we bought those neck and necks that we have now, that goat was a member of.
Yeah.
And Galaxy and all that.
Right.
There was one rooster in that bunch, but you know what?
What?
It didn't make it.
Huh, interesting.
So I would say out of 10 chicks, she's about right. One of them's going to be a rooster.
And one of them's going to be a rooster. Get out of there.
But Mary Carl was thrilled to think that one of them was bigger than the rest of them and looked a little more cockish for term to use. She thought that it may be a cockerel, and
need to be in there.
I don't know, but it's not the end of the world.
That's right. It's not the end of the world.
But
it's not the end of the world.
They were sexed, which is a better chance of having pullets versus straight runs.
That's right.
We have gotten straight runs before, and them all been roosters.
Yeah, when you buy straight runs, you don't know what you're getting.
So, who knows?
And they're always cheaper. The straight runs are always a good bit cheaper, but you don't know what you get.
That's right.
You don't know what you're getting. So,
but back to my chicks. I went out there to check on them.
Yeah.
And I really couldn't tell. I mean, I've been out there several times today.
Right.
But I really couldn't tell that they had eaten that much. So I picked up the feeder and I kind of scooted it to one side. And once I did that, I could see that, they've been eating.
They've been eating.
And I've already cleaned their pad out one time today. And it hadn't been that long ago. It's filled back up.
Well,
so they eating something.
They definitely eating.
And I cleaned their waters out and it was back, had a little kibble in it. So
I see where Debbie asked, is it too late to plant her green stalk for the fall? Depends on where you live. We could still plant ours for the fall. So if you're in zone 8 or higher, you still got time. But I don't know.
And it depends on what she's planning on planting. You're not going to plant an annual in Alabama and it make it.
Well, calendulum would. It just depends. But your fall stuff, if your fall gardening stuff, whatever it's fall flowers like pansies.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Or your fall veggies. Yeah, depending on where you live, you still got time. Matter of fact, we'll be probably planting our garden. I'm thinking I'm gonna try to get it done by next week. Well, and then we'll wait until near the end of October. And then we'll try to plant the onions and garlic and carrots.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm game. Whatever we need to do.
Right.
I'll be your partner.
That's right. How much were your Rhode Island Reds? Somebody's wanting to know.
They were $3.50 a piece.
$3.50 a piece.
Which, I mean, if I had not found them at the chick store, it's not a chick store, feed store.
Right.
I would have ended up ordering some.
That's right.
Well, they would have been that price. Plus, I would have had to have a minimum which a lot of times is 25 chicks.
Yeah, sometimes it's 20 or 25 chicks, depending on what hatchery you get them from.
And then sometimes, if it's the dead of winter, they might include a few roosters to keep them warm.
I got to tell you something. So that video came out. Wes from Big Family Small Farm said, you got Angie wanting chicks. They went to their feed store, and lo and behold, they had Rhode Island Reds.
Are you serious?
I swear, and they're in Louisiana. And he said they ended up buying some plants instead. So,
well, they're about to move, so that might have been a good idea.
It would have been a great idea.
And that's, we said in the video, it's been a minute since we've hatched chicks because we didn't want to hatch anything before we moved. October 4th, we're coming up on 1 year from us being moved over here.
Can y'all believe that? Can y'all believe it's been a year?
It doesn't feel like a year.
I'm starting to see on Facebook, it lets you see your memories. And like the one today or yesterday was you bush hogging the patch, getting it ready for us to start building for the animals, the paddocks.
Wow.
Yeah, 1 year ago. That's crazy.
1 year ago.
That is crazy.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Denise Smith, it is your birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Well, another interesting thing about the video that we showed about the chicks was when we were putting the pads in the bottom of the brooder. Well, those were some pads that were given to me, and they don't exactly fit.
They don't exactly fit.
I went and grabbed a roll of that packing tape that we have lots of rolls of because we used to sell hats, and we haven't been able to here lately. But I accumulated a lot of tape. Well, people saw me having such a hard time getting it started.
Did they give you some good advice?
Well, I brought it with me, and I'm going to share with y'all what the good advice was.
I want to know.
Okay.
Did it work?
Well, yeah.
Oh, my God. So the Cog Squad knows what's up. I cannot tell you guys, the Cog Squad, how many times you have helped us with stuff, and we listen to y'all.
We do listen to you. We listen to you so much that Gidget.
You make her go down?
No, I just don't want her on the edge over there.
Yeah. We are upstairs in the loft, by the way.
We are. And Gidget was getting a little close to heaven. So what you guys suggested is to take my tape roll and get it. I hope this was right, because this is what I did.
Well, is it working?
They suggested get a bread tie.
All right.
So I just so happened to have a loaf of bread that needs to go.
Right.
So you take the bread tie and you put it under your tape and you push it down, and that way you always have a starting point.
Look at that.
And you know what I'm doing?
What?
Taking this out there, so when I go to change my chicks pads,
you got it.
I'll have my tape ready to start.
Let me tell you.
And I'm not going to lose it, because I'm going to just keep it in my hand.
Keep it in what? The tape's going to work. Let me tell you about, and I want to see if I'm the only one when it comes to bread ties. Now, I talked about my socks, how I can put my socks together, and all of a sudden, one gets missing, and I don't know where it goes. I don't know if there's a island over in the Pacific somewhere where all the socks gather and have a big party. But you know what else I can lose? I can fix me a sandwich, y'all. Open up that bread right there. Fix me a sandwich, a peanut butter and honey, because that's what I like. Sandwich. And that bread tie is gone. And I'll look everywhere for it. And I'm like, I just took this bread tie off. Do you ever do that?
Well, I'm not trying to, belittle you or anything, but you can't find anything.
Oh, I can't find anything. But the whole bread tie just disappearing just blows my mind. It just like vanishes in thin air. I end up just spinning the bread bag, real tight, and then folding it over and sitting it down in there. So
Jason told me last night, he said, didn't you say that you bought some good cheese for us to eat on crackers?
Yeah.
I said, I did. Where is it? I said, well, there's two different kinds in there. I bought some extra sharp and then some Colby Jack, I believe it was. So I think you only found one kind.
No, I wanted the sharp cheddar.
Okay, so you found that one.
Yeah, I didn't want the Colby.
I hear you say, what about crackers?
Yeah.
Do we have any crackers? And I said, yes, we have crackers. We have Ritz and we have club crackers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 2 boxes, right?
That's 2.
I knew neither one of them were in the cardboard boxes on the ground in the pantry.
Yeah.
They were on the bookshelf that we're using as a makeshift pantry.
Yeah.
5 or 6 minutes later,
I found them though.
he found the crackers.
I found them. I tell you what else I lose that just disappeared.
Your glasses.
My glasses. But we can be working on a project, and I'm thinking that my socks and bread ties and my tape measure.
Yeah.
I can lose. I can lose a tape measure. I got where I bought like 5 tape measures, and I try to get everything that's fluorescent now, fluorescent orange, fluorescent green. That way I can try to keep up with it. But a tape, I lose a tape measure in a second.
I noticed that this weekend, the project we were working on.
Yeah.
It seemed like every time I turned around and looked at you, the tape measure was on your hip.
I try to keep it on my hip.
I didn't say anything about it, but I was thinking to myself, I'm not going to have to find the tape measure.
I should have tied it with a bread tie on my hip.
You should have. Or a sock.
Or a sock.
That would have worked.
So, hey, eventually with the socks, when you lose a pair and you lose another pair, you got a pair because you done lost. So you can put the 2 that you.
Well, another thing I did over the weekend was I tried to get all of our things that belonged in the kitchen that are in the garage.
Yeah.
In a kitchen area.
Right.
So that way we know that everything that's left needs to be gone through.
Mm-hmm.
So upon doing that, there's a garbage bag laying in the floor.
Right.
And I picked it up thinking, I could just add garbage to it, things that we didn't want. Because I was picking up this, that, and the other. Needed somewhere to put it, right? Garbage.
Right.
I look in it. Do you remember me telling you about that bag of socks that Mama?
Yeah, there's some pairs in there. Missing
that bag of socks is out in the garage.
I need that bag of socks.
Yes.
I need that bag of socks.
Because I have been collecting the ones that don't have matches since we've been in the house.
Yeah.
And putting them in our closet.
Okay. Yeah, they've been on vacay for a long time now.
They probably need to go in the washer.
They probably do.
But it was no garbage in there. It was a bag full of socks.
Oh my gracious.
I mean, a bag full of one sock.
Bag full of one socks. That's where they go.
Yeah, that's where they go.
They've been going next door to your mama's house.
Well, no, this was when she lived at the tiny house.
I got you.
I just stuck them in there for whatever reason, thinking when we get our bedroom furniture, we'll put them in there, and that's where they landed. Okay, so this morning, I'm filling up duck pools.
Yep.
Well, I take that back. I'm filling up goose pools that are in Nuggets area.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I
had dumped one out, started filling the second one up. I saw this truck going real slow, coming from, a side that people don't normally come from.
That's right.
And you weren't out yet. You were doing something.
I was actually because
picking up from.
Well, no, our new place, we never had this issue at the other place, but our new place has, I call them sugar ants.
Yeah.
And they're little ants and they don't bite, thank goodness. And if you don't stay on top of them, next thing you know, they all in your house. And so
you ride them.
I was spraying, just staying on top of things. Uh-oh, got one I gotta get rid of. Hang on, y'all. I was staying on top of things there, and I was spraying, and you hollered at me.
Well, I did. Yeah. I had sent you a couple of messages, and because I didn't know who it was.
Right.
They pulled into the driveway, and about that time, I heard Brooke, and I looked over, and I realized who it was. Jason's granddaddy is on the 12th of October going to be 100 years old.
100 years old. Can y'all believe that? My granddaddy is 99 years old.
10/12/22 was his birthday. And lo and behold, it was granddaddy and his wife, Shirley. And they came over to see us for the first time.
That's right.
We didn't know they were coming. We never leave, so it didn't matter.
And they could have called. We gotta get our cell service changed.
Yeah, our cell service is not working real well.
Right.
But granddaddy, he doesn't drive anymore because he has retinal dysplasia. So his wife, Shirley, and him came over, and I don't know how old Miss Shirley is. She's a good bit younger than him, but we just
how much Shirley is.
We love her, and of course Granddaddy too. But
right,
we're happy to see them. So all of our projects that we had going just stopped.
Everything just stopped. Yep.
Because Granddaddy came and
still,
you wouldn't know he was about to be 100.
You wouldn't have no idea my granddaddy was fixing to turn 100 years old.
He doesn't look 100. He doesn't act 100. And I can guarantee you that if his eyesight was still there, he would be driving.
Yeah, he probably would.
I helped him out to the truck. We had, well, I'll get to that in a minute, but I helped him out to the truck because you were busy doing something else. And so I'm headed with him to the truck, and he said, "Now I got to get in on the passenger side. They won't let me drive anymore." And he just can't see. If his eyes were there, he would be. Oh my goodness!
His garden's getting smaller and smaller.
He told me he couldn't have a garden anymore.
He
said he just couldn't bend down and get back up all the.
Well, up until he turned 99, he had one.
Yeah.
But
I told him that we would have.
But we're gonna have plenty for him.
That's what I told him. Yeah. I said we're gonna have enough leftovers for to supply you and Shirley too. So we were happy to have him come.
We're happy to have him come.
But we knew that we had to get finished with feeding and taking care of stuff before lunchtime because our good buddy Roberto, who did all the sheetrock and all the trim and all the painting. What else did they do? The flooring.
They did the woodwork. They did, oh gosh.
Roberto and Heidel.
They're
the two best guys we could have ever. What is it?
Somebody said their father's 102.
Wow. That's the two best guys that we could have hired here besides Brent and Greg. And Roberto came over at 12 o'clock today to look at my pantry because, as y'all remember, I told y'all in my last pantry that I had somebody come and look.
Right.
My pantry is.
It's 9
by 5.
It's 9. It's basically 9.5 foot long and
63 inches.
63 inches wide.
So 54 square foot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
54 square foot. And I wanted 2 cabinets in the back. And then the rest was going to be shelves.
That's right.
So 2 30-inch cabinets.
Pretty much.
Well, I did not realize what I was getting into.
You didn't. So, you talked to the cabinet maker that was doing our cabinets, and he's so backed up, and he's got so much going on, and he never even gave us a price, even though he said 3 or 4 times he's going to get you one.
But that told me right there that he didn't have time.
Right. And so you found another cabinet maker and talked to them, and super nice. It was a husband, father and son.
Yeah.
And super nice people.
Super nice guys.
Super nice. And they got us a price, and it just kind of blew our socks off and was way out of our budget. And
it was.
Man, and so I kept looking at pictures, and I found one that really looked good. And I probably got it on my phone. I can show it. It really looked good. And I said to
myself, "Why don't you look at what you texted him?"
I am. That's what I'm fixing to do right now.
Well, we realized that, we had told the cabinet makers we wanted 2 cabinets on that bottom, just on the back for a counter, so I could put, my crock pot or whatever on that countertop for storage.
Right.
And once he gave us a price and it knocked our socks off, we realized that we probably didn't need cabinets. We probably just needed shelves.
Yeah. And so I found this one, and I really did like it, if you guys can see that. But I kind of like the way that looks. I like the wood color, and I even like the black
shelving brackets.
And it's got like a cabinet, but it's not a cabinet. It's right here.
Open cabinet.
And I said to myself, I bet you money that Roberto and Heidel can make this for us. And lo and behold, I sent you a text. I said, "Do you care if I send Roberto a text and ask him, can him and Heidel do that?" And you said, "Sure." And I sent it to him. It wasn't 10 minutes. He answered me back and said, "Yes." And he said, "When do you want me to come look?" And I said, when can you? He said, I'll be there tomorrow at 12. And he was
He
dead
was here
straight
at
up
12.
12 o'clock.
And Granddaddy and Shirley were here.
Yeah.
And we by all means didn't want to run them off, but I think they had finished visiting by that time.
Yeah, because they've been here,
couple of
hours. Yeah.
And so Roberto looked at it and he said, if we get the supplies, they can get started on it as soon as we're ready.
That's what he did. Yeah.
And we don't want any painted wood. We're just going to do everything stained. So that way.
Because we were thinking if with painted wood, even though if you get a really good paint and put a clear on or something, we just think it may, with stuff going in and out of it, like color of a box, or it'll just get messed up. So we do that dark stain, the same colors we done stain there. Plus it's the pantry, not every, not like you're gonna
I wasn't
be a
after
showcase or anything.
And that was part of it. Is I wasn't after anything fancy. I just wanted a nice. I mean, it's a big space,
right?
And I just wanted to take advantage of the size of it and be able to put everything in there that I need in the pantry versus putting that in kitchen cabinets.
Right.
We got enough kitchen cabinets too, but I don't want food in there if I don't have to.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So I think we ordered our brackets already.
We did.
And they'll be here Wednesday. So I'm thinking the end of this week, they'll probably be able to get started and I'll have a usable pantry versus cardboard boxes.
Everything's sitting on the floor. Yeah.
Yeah. Everything's sitting on the floor, which we've learned to make use out of, the space that we have. And we're not complaining about it. We're happy to have a roof over our head. But we do know that something has to be done as far as the pantry goes for shelving.
I think it's going to look great. I really did. Now, the hard part was me trying to figure out how high each shelf is and how wide they are and all that kind of good stuff. But I got all that figured out today. And so it's going to be good. I think you're going to like it. I really do. I think you're going to like it a lot.
I'm not picky. I just want something that's functional and looks nice and serves its purpose. It doesn't have to be fancy. Simple is better.
That's right. I agree.
And I kind of felt like the guys, the father and son that came and looked may have thought that I wanted fancy.
I don't, but the picture we showed them wasn't too fancy. But
I realized the cost of materials and you have to make money.
I agree.
So we just, we realized it was out of our budget and apologized to them and said, we just, we're going to either do it ourselves or get somebody else to do it.
Right.
And that's what we did.
That's right. How are you liking, this was a good one because we're going to do an update on this for sure in a video, but the sand in the coops.
Oh, yeah.
Or in the coop.
Well, I've got this.
It's coming tomorrow.
It's supposed to be here tomorrow. It's a pooper scooper on a stick.
Yeah.
And it's metal. And it's like a cat litter box thing, but it's metal and it's got grooves in it. And so far I'm loving the sand. I mean, it's absolutely no dust. It's no odor. It's easy to pick up. It's easy to clean. It
really is.
So, we'll do a follow-up video on that. And
especially when you get your new scoop. I've gone in there a couple of times and practice scooping.
Practice.
Yeah, I've been practicing scooping.
Well, don't practice. Do it.
I was scooping.
But that's just practicing.
And then I put it. I thought to myself. I said, "Self, I need to get me a
5-gallon bucket.
5-gallon bucket and set it out there, and I'm gonna paint a picture on it, and it's gonna be my compost bucket."
What's the picture gonna be?
I don't know yet.
A chicken pooping?
It could be that. It could be that.
That way you'll know that.
Or a chicken pooping and the word compost coming out.
Okay.
How about that?
That's a good idea.
And then have that so when we scoop, we can put it in there. And then when it gets,
full, then we can take
or if it gets where, it starts getting, I don't think it's going to be bad, but if it gets where it's too bad or whatever, we take it to the compost pile and dump it in.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
That's what I'm thinking about doing. And I need to do that too. I looked down there. As a matter of fact, I looked down there when I thought of it. And I didn't see an empty one laying around anywhere.
I'll go get it for you.
We got an empty one down there?
Yeah.
Do we really?
We got an empty bucket.
With a lid?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
We sure do.
Good. That's
just
good.
like with those crackers in the refrigerator and the cheese, and
the bread ties
and your glasses, and we
wallet,
got a bucket. We got a bucket.
Cell phone.
But Mary Carl's the same way. She's the same exact way.
Oh, me.
And I'm not saying that I can find everything I need, because there are times when I misplace things too. But these two have the same genes, and it can be aggravating for the one in the middle.
Pizza thirst.
Yeah. You know where that is, though, don't you?
I do know where that is. It's right there. I can see it.
So what else did we?
We did. We finished up. Was it yesterday or day before yesterday? My days run together sometimes. We finished up the worming.
Oh yeah, we did finish up the worming.
So now
the goat worming.
The goat worming or deworming.
Yeah.
We found out we're not the only. There's other people that say, I got to worm my animals too.
But they said they realized, what we're talking about.
Right.
So even though we say we got to worm our goats,
yep.
we're taking the worms away.
That's right.
We wouldn't be giving them any worms.
We're not giving them any worms.
And I thought Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm all wrong. I thought when I go to take my car to get my windshield replaced.
You're going to drop a simp off?
Well, I was going to go over this. Okay, so I said in the last live that my windshield has a crack in it.
Yeah.
And that it looks like a hurricane path because it started to go all which way.
Yeah.
Well, my insurance company will cover it, but I have a small deductible.
Mm-hmm.
So they said they could send Safe Light to my house.
Right.
To fix it.
Right.
Well, I thought, that's the best thing I ever heard of. So we had it all set up, and they were going to come to the house to fix the windshield here. So I didn't even have to leave. They were going to come fix it here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, lo and behold, they called me after I had it scheduled for like 2 weeks and said that they could not fix the windshield at my house because it has to be calibrated.
Yeah.
So I have to take it to the dealership to get it calibrated.
That's right.
And a lot of y'all reached out to me and said, they'll come to your house and fix your windshield. Well, I tried.
We tried.
I tried, but they said that they could not do it at my house because I have sensors that have to be done at the dealership. So that busted my bubble.
Right.
But I also thought, since I have to go that direction, which is where Dr. D works his daily job, that I could take a little sandwich bag full of Fifi's. Fifi.
Because she was the first one. She got done several days ahead of the other ones.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I had noticed that she had some clumpy poop.
Right.
Kitty's back. And so we had her fecal tested to determine that she had parasites, and we'd been using the wrong wormer to deworm our herd. So I'm thinking when I go to get my windshield fixed, I'll get me a sandwich bag, and you can draw a picture of a goat with some poop coming out of it. So nobody eats it thinking it's raisins or anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can drop it off with Dr. D.
Okay.
And he can do the fecal on it to determine that Fifi, if Fifi's parasite free, then we know the rest of the herd will be as well.
Right.
And that's what we're aiming for. So I'm thinking I can do that when I take my car to get my windshield fixed.
On the last bout or last go around, I checked several of them's eyes, and boy, they was red.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
so I think we're good.
Dr. D doesn't like to go by that.
I know.
That's the FAMACHA score.
Yeah.
But he said, you can look at that, but don't always go that route.
Right.
There are times when you need to have a fecal done, and that's what he chooses to do with our herd, is to have them tested.
Well, if you look and it's real light pink or white, you
got a problem.
You got a problem. So you just,
That's right. So we don't plan on doing ours every 6 months. We plan on having Dr. D come out and check, check one or two of them and see how they're looking, and going from there.
And I guess he'll tell us how many, if we need to do it quarterly.
Well, that's what he said, is he wants to do a fecal versus doing it on a schedule.
Oh, okay.
He wants to come and take some raisinets and put them under the microscope. And see for himself versus being on a schedule.
I thought it may get on a schedule, but we don't want to do a schedule.
No, he doesn't want to do that.
Okay.
Now, there's some places where he might want to do that, but he didn't want to do that with ours, and I think it's because he's real nearby.
Yeah.
So he's going to be here for other things that need to be done. We do plan on getting him to trim Moody's hooves, and everybody needs a little maintenance every now and then.
Right.
So
Yeah, we need to. I'm thinking that I'm gonna put 2 poles in the ground for Moody. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. We might need to get put 2 poles in the ground for Gidget too, because
Can you imagine that?
She likes to scoop.
Yeah.
And if y'all didn't watch the video, it's worth watching where we got the chicks to see this one playing in the water. What are you eating?
That dog, she attacks water. I don't know what it is. And I know there's other dogs. We used to have one when I was a kid. When Moose would go after the water too. Mm-hmm. I remember being a kid and my friend down the road, they had a Boston Terrier, and if you took a tree limb and shook it, that thing would go nuts and try to grab it up, and that just kind of reminded me of
Gidget would probably do that too. We've just never tried a tree limb.
We never tried a tree limb, but I remember being a kid shaking that tree limb, or I didn't. He did. He would shake it, and that Boston Terrier just get all crazy, and try to get that tree limb. You wouldn't do that though, would you?
She wouldn't do that. She's a calm girl.
She's calm now.
So our videos should be back on a normal schedule now. You should have one out in the morning.
Should.
And it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, it's gonna give y'all an update on
what's going on
inside. A lot has happened in the last week on the inside of the house, of the barnuminium.
We've been busy bees and inside and outside.
Inside and outside.
So Mondays will be about the inside.
Yeah.
Wednesdays will be about the outside, we believe.
Yeah, should be about the outside. So we inside, outside, inside, out.
We are busy, and I slept well last night. I guess it's because we've been so busy.
I guess so. We're always busy, but maybe it seems like we've been more busier than usual, right?
More busier.
Yeah.
Gidget. Oh my goodness. Don't do that, baby. So an update on our railing is we're having it welded, and goodness, I don't even remember when it was. June the 1st,
We don't got a good feeling about the handrail. We're just gonna be honest.
I don't have a good feeling about it. I kind of think I might be.
We think we may have had on the handrail. It's been a good little minute, and
I'm just gonna look at the date so I can. We knew that he was backed up.
He said he was backed up. Gave us a date.
6 weeks from Gidget. 6 weeks from when he came and measured was what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I respect that he told me 6 weeks. I've been hanging out for 6 weeks. July the 26th.
July the 26th.
Should have been 6 weeks from July the 26th.
Yep.
Let me see where that is.
Well, let's see. August, July to June.
It should have been September the 6th.
Okay.
Should have been September the 6th. Okay, here we are. By this next week, it'll be October 6th. So we're 4 weeks behind.
Yeah.
But that's not what's got me off. What's got me off is I can't see any messages that I've ever sent him before.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've been blocked.
Yeah, so we're a little concerned about the about the handrail. But our original plan was to get Roberto and Heidel to make us a handrail. Was the original plan. Then we said, well, you like the look of the welded one, and so you found somebody that would weld it. And then one of the first things Roberto said when he came in here is,
"Where's the handrail?
Where's the handrail? Do you need us to do the handrail?" We're like, well, maybe, maybe so.
And I've reached out to the guy several times.
Yeah.
And I've been given the runaround.
Mm-hmm.
However, one time I gave an update, and he told me that he was just finishing up his last job, and he was about to start on ours.
Right.
But y'all, that was 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it's not going to take 4 weeks to do what we have done. Now, I like I said, I realize people are behind.
Yeah.
All right. So I reached out to him again this past week, and he said, "I apologize for the delay. I got your message. I will call you this afternoon to discuss the install." This was this past Tuesday. I never heard.
Right.
I have never had a phone call. I've never, he's never tried to contact me. I have several ways that he contacts me. And I think I've been had.
Gidget.
Now, he does have a realistic company.
Yeah.
Because we have a mutual friend that knows him and said that he thought that he would follow through with it. But I think it's not going good. And yes, I did give him a deposit because you have to. Yeah. When people are building things for you that require materials, you're expected to pay a down payment. And he has a real company that I could see real reviews. And actually, like I said, was mutual friends with him. So when I hired him, I had no regrets that he would
because it was the welder friend of ours that recommended him.
Yeah, recommended him. And maybe this isn't the case.
Maybe it's not the case.
Maybe it's not the case. But I have a bad gut feeling.
Yeah.
I have a bad feeling. I told myself, I said, Self, come Monday morning, I'm going to reach out to him. I'm going to tell him October 10th, please, it needs to be installed. And
or give us our money back.
Give us our money back.
Yeah.
And that way, he'll
know.
Right. He'll know. Go by his business. No, that's not a possibility because he works out of he has like a mobile.
Yeah. A lot of these welders have like a
mobile fabricating shop. And, while he may have a shop, it's at his home. So,
we'll see.
I hope not.
We'll see.
I really do hope not because I feel like I have such trust in people.
I tell you though, with getting close to the edge over there, I'm kind of starting leaning towards our original handrail.
And that's so she can get through it?
No, this one's just a regular handrail. I'm talking about the cattle panel style.
I thought you meant so she would jump.
To keep her from. I don't think they'll jump, but anyways, you still be worried with just a regular.
Well, it's are the welder and the cabinet guy brothers? That's funny. That's funny.
Oh my gracious!
Well, I must say that I did know that the cabinet guy was eventually going to
push me off.
Going to come through with what he was going to do. I just didn't know when.
Right.
And it was getting a little old with excuses. But this guy hasn't done anything he said he was going to do.
Yeah. So, anyways, we'll see. We'll see.
I feel like I never had a doubt in my mind when I hired him. I mean, he had stickers all over his truck that's the name of the business, and I had a reference, and I could see, reviews. I don't know.
Who knows?
I just have a bad feeling, and maybe I could get Gidget on him. If she'll do what she did with the water hose, imagine what she'd do with somebody trying to come in this house.
Nothing. She wouldn't do nothing.
Well,
she would alert everybody, though.
I just hope that that's not the case. I hope I have a stair railing that I paid for. And
well, maybe he'll come in there next week. Maybe he'll come in there, or maybe this week.
Maybe he's planning on coming tomorrow.
Maybe he'll come this week. Who knows?
I just don't have a good feeling.
Who knows?
All right, you want to take some questions?
We'll take some questions here.
Jason says I have to quit talking early because he has to finish editing.
I got to finish editing the video for tomorrow.
So I've got some glasses.
Look at there. And can you see?
Yes, but I look like an alien, don't I? Let's put it under my hair. So, okay. So I think these are too powerful.
Are they?
Or either they're meant to do like that.
You have to get real close.
I can't see these. Maybe he got sick. Y'all, he didn't get sick. He answered me.
That's right. He would have let you know.
Roberto can do the handrail.
Yeah, Roberto can do the handrail. He can't weld one, but it was one. It's the ones that made out of the cattle panels, the cattle panel style.
No, that's not what we're getting the welder to make.
No. That's what we had thought about getting Roberto to make for us. And So, but then we changed our mind and went with the welded style handrail.
Well, because it was just what we wanted, and we found somebody. See, I mean, all my messages to him are gone. I don't know how he deleted them.
I don't think he can. I don't know. How's the hosta plant doing? Man, that hosta's doing awesome.
That hosta's doing awesome. Y'all may have thought that it wasn't going to make it because when we initially put it out there, my mama had kind of neglected it because it had been at her house, the tiny house.
That's right.
And it was no fault of her own, but we left it over there for her to tend to, and it just had seen its better days. But it looks awesome now.
Yeah, even the creeping Jenny's starting to come out. It's looking good, but sad thing is it's gonna die back here in the next couple of months. But it'll come back next spring and
it will. Perfect. It will if we can wait really that long.
How old is a chicken before you can put a band on its leg?
Well, I don't like bands.
We don't like bands. I know you see some with bands on ours. Those are some Mary Carl had put on there, and probably just need to take them off. Reason why? Well, what age? What age you think?
They need to be fully grown.
Yeah, they need to be fully grown.
Their leg needs to be full
6, 8 months old, probably. Yeah, somewhere around in there. But if you do it, make sure you get the ones that are really loose,
that snap together rather than go over their little foot.
Yeah.
Mary Carl brought 2 baby pigeons out the other day, and she said, "Mama, can you help me?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "What do you want? What do you want me to do?" And she said, "Just hold this bird." And I said, "Okay." So it was baby pigeons. Now pigeons are totally different than chickens, right. So don't get confused here. So I hold one of them. She gets its little leg because she orders these bands from the Pigeon Association that are metal.
Right.
Well, if pigeons don't get a band put on them when they're bitty babies, like before 2 weeks old, probably before that, I don't know the age, but then you can't get it on because that's the way the bands work.
Because it slips over.
So she said, most people get a toothpick and do this. They bring that back toe back so you can slip the band over. But since I don't ever have toothpicks out here in the pigeon area, I just use a feather. So she rips a feather out that was about this long, probably came off of, a turkey or something. And she pushes that toe back and she slips the ring over it and voila. But it has to be done at that age or else you can't get it on.
But that's a pigeon.
That's a pigeon.
Chickens need to be older. Our reason why we don't like bands is, and it's when we will know from experience is, we put them on a long time ago when we were new chicken owners. And even if you put it on loose, there is the occasion that it could get turned sideways or something. And the next thing you know, it's done rub the chicken raw or it gets infected.
Or they weren't finished growing and their leg gets bigger and it grows into
so you have band. So that's the reason why we just stay away from bands pretty much. Like I said, we do have some that do have bands on there, but that was when we were moving and Mary Carl didn't want us to make sure these certain chickens and all that kind of good stuff. So
for the most part, she put bands on them because she thought it was cute. Now we did talk about, I don't know if this part was in the video or not, putting bands on the Rhode Island red chicks out there. So we would know who was who.
So we name who's who. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, but you wouldn't do that until there's no reason really to band them unless you had 12 of the same breed and you wanted to keep track of who was who and who was vaccinated.
And you can pay attention to it. I mean, if you're a new chicken owner, I would kind of watch it just a little bit. I don't know.
Why do pigeons get banned? Because they will have numbers on them, and those bands are registered with, say, NPA is one that she says, National Pigeon Association. And those bands come numbered. And so they're registered to you. So if you see a pigeon and it's loose, lost, whatever, and it has a band on, you get the letters off of it. One of them's AU, which I don't know what that stands for. And one of them's NPA. But you can go to that website and it'll tell you the owner and get how to get the bird back to the owner.
So that's why the pigeons are banded.
So she bans all of hers.
A gentleman asked about our goat feed. We use and I don't know where you live, but we use Tucker Milling for our goat feed, and it's a company in Alabama. Now they do service the Southeast, but it's a small window, so I don't know exactly where all they go. But they do have, I think it's 3 different types of goat feed. They got a dairy goat feed, they got a just a everyday goat feed, which is the they call it a grower, and then they have the buck feed, and so that's what we use. And reason why we use the buck feed, and I guess you've heard me mention that, probably sound like a broken record, but it's because of the ammonia chloride that's in the buck feed. And but most all your goat feeds have it, but the buck feed I think's got a little bit more in it, and all it does is prevent the calcium buildup. And I call them kidney stones. They're called, what are they called? Urinary calcilusa, or
calcification.
it's a technical name for it. I just call them kidney stones. And the bucks are more prone to it because their urinary tract is curved, as a female goat is straight. So they all typically are prone to getting them, but they don't bother the females hardly any because it'll just come on out. But on the boys, it gets caught in that curve.
In the urethra.
Yep. And so that's why, and that can be a bad situation because they can't go to the bathroom. We actually lost one of our favorite goats of all time many years ago. And there it is. Cow. I still can't even say it, and I see it on there. But anyways, yeah, that's why we use the buck feed. But you can buy that. It's usually in your minerals.
You can buy ammonium chloride extra and add it to your feed yourself, or if you have bucks. And some people were saying in the comments, well, why does that wether that's in with the girls, why does he not get the buck feed? Well, because it would be too difficult to give him feed separately, and it would break his heart if we let him know he's a boy.
And he's technically not a buck either. But the all the feeds got it in there. But
he still has the makeup of a buck. So he really, and the bottom line is, anything that was once a man, goat still needs the ammonium chloride.
Right. And like I said, all our goat feeds got it in it. And then the goat minerals has got it in it. And then there's some other stuff that this buck feed's got that's more specific for breeding bucks.
Yeah, so we don't use it for Tip and the girls because of that reason.
Right. Calculi. Thanks, Holly. I need some help like that sometimes.
Yes, you do. Now she can tell you where your other sock is, or your crackers, or your red tie, or your glasses are on your face, though.
I know it. Oh, somebody's asking about the barn. Are we designing the barn? We're the barn is on the back burner because we need to get our driveway done first. But once the driveway gets in place, I think we'll be caught up. What's that noise? Oh, I think we'll be caught up enough where we can start working on working on the barn. How about that?
Maybe.
I think so.
We're going to get all our fires put out first and make sure everything's... I need a railing. The more I think about it, the more I just...
Need a railing because it's still scary. I mean, one of us could accidentally slip just by accident.
No. Yeah. Well, I only come up here when we do the live.
Yeah, I come up here several times a day.
Well, I need to put a mattress down there then.
I could put some pillows on me.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Put some on Gidget and Arlo too. Arlo especially, because he comes up here and lays on this sofa.
He does.
I guess he tries to get away from Gidget.
Yeah. Have we sold the tiny house yet? No, we have really not sold the tiny house.
Really hadn't pushed hard to try to sell it yet.
You do got listed on...
I put it on Facebook Marketplace, but that's about it. I need to get on it.
Right.
I need to get on it. It needs to go before we can do our driveway for sure.
Right.
I like how you're reading the questions.
You like that? Somebody said put a fire pole up. That would be awesome.
Oh, no, it wouldn't. It would be awesome, but
oh man,
I don't want to use it.
That's Somebody said, "Don't be Lester and get hurt." Oh, my boy Lester. Oh, me.
How's Lester doing?
He's doing good. He's doing good. Yep.
Don't get hurt like Lester.
Oh, me. We mentioned the baby chicks are doing good. They're all doing good.
We talked about that earlier.
Mm-hmm. They're all doing good.
Pole dancing Jason.
Oh, me.
I'm very happy to have found those chicks. I just, I feel like with them being ready in March to start laying, I mean, it's just perfect.
Yeah.
Because if we didn't get them until, say, spring, we'd be looking at the end of summer before they were laying.
They're laying good. You're
so
right.
If you don't live in a climate where it's extremely cold, getting chicks in the fall is ideal.
Right.
Because when they start laying is when it warms up. And that's when you want them to be outside.
Right.
Pecking around and
kitchen doors soon. Well, hopefully.
Friday was 2 weeks.
And
he told us it would be about 2 weeks.
So we should be getting there pretty soon on the kitchen doors.
We said should.
Should. We should. Maybe the kitchen doors and the handrail will show up on the same day.
Well, since they're brothers. They can just ride together, right?
That's right, they can.
Yeah, they're not really brothers.
They're not brothers.
Well, we don't think they
are. Yeah, maybe they are. Who knows?
They have 2 different last names.
Oh, still don't mean nothing. They could be stepbrothers or.
Well, I do have my receipt where I paid the deposit.
Okay.
But I don't know if that means anything.
Countertops. Somebody said countertops. Well, you have to wait till tomorrow's video.
Yeah.
So y'all look for that countertops and outdoor farm sink and a whole bunch of goodness tomorrow.
Somebody said I look exhausted. Well, I must confess, I have had a headache for 2 days now.
You have had a headache.
And I haven't had a headache in a long time.
In a while.
So I'm kind of feeling like it might be everything happening at one time.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like, this past week. So I just need I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what I need.
Somebody asked about our next meet and greet. That will be in Florida. October
28th, if I'm not mistaken.
I think that's right.
Yep.
Milton.
29th.
Milton, Florida.
Yep, 29th.
You go to our website, and we got an event button up there. If you click it, it'll show you the events. I think that's our last one for the year. And so check that out.
And it's just going to be a quick visit for us.
Mm-hmm. When's your next video coming out? Probably Tuesday.
Well, I had plans.
Yeah, we got really busy.
We did, and
we really did.
I had this nagging headache, and I just hadn't felt like it. So, hopefully, Milton is in Florida, North Florida. It's not but 2.5 hours or so.
It's close to Pensacola.
Yeah,
it's close to Pensacola.
Milton wasn't affected by the hurricane,
right?
I don't think anybody in the Panhandle area was affected by the hurricane at all.
West, yeah. I don't think so either.
We still have no rain in our 10-day forecast.
No, it hasn't rained here in 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 4 weeks.
It's been a minute.
While. It's been a while since we've had rain. Matter of fact, this is the driest it's been in a while. Even though, we had that one period it went, 12 weeks early on?
Yeah, something like that.
It seems drier now than it did then. I know I can really tell the fruit trees. I'm watering them once a week, but they look like they need water again today.
Yeah, they do. And when you drive down our driveway, which we don't really have a driveway, it's kind of like a dirt path now. It is going everywhere. Yeah. Mary Carl's swing. It is. Matter of fact, she fell off her swing today.
Bless her heart.
She had one of her baby pigeons outside over at the tiny house, and we have those 2 wire spools over there where she stands on the wire spool and she gets on the regular swing, and she swings on it. Well, somehow she was sitting on the swing and she fell off backwards. Yeah. And she wasn't even swinging, but she hurt her tailbone, and she's okay. She's She called the orange ambulance to come get her. That's what I said.
That's what you said.
She sent me a message and said, "Mama, can you come here? I'm hurt." And I said, I was on it. I didn't even have to think about it. I went over there, and she was not sitting on the ground when I got over there. I think she's fine. I think her tailbone's a little bruised.
Yeah.
But
yeah, she's okay though.
No, she's up and walking, and
she's fine.
We went and.
Matter of fact, I saw her riding in the back of the truck. Y'all were riding to the barn.
Yeah, she helped me load up some boxes and do some different things. So she's fine, but she still swings. She still swings. She might not for a minute, but she still swings.
Yep. But she's okay.
Maybe we could get her a swing up here.
We can get her a swing off.
No.
Oh,
no. Gidget even said no.
Oh, my gracious.
Well, we're about timed out according to what you said we couldn't exceed.
Yeah, because I got to get on it.
You got to get on it.
I got to get on it. I don't want to be up all night.
And I don't either, because I'm telling you.
I'm tired too.
Well, I'm not really that tired. I'm just, my head's hurting.
Yep.
So.
Chestnut Hill's on here. Hey, Zoe.
Hey, no.
It could be.
It could be Nick.
Could be Nick.
Hey, Zoe. Hey, Nick.
That's right. Could be. You know what? I need to make them moderators. I'll do that if Zoe and Nick don't mind.
Somebody said you never answer these questions. Yes, we do.
We're answering a lot of them. Y'all just don't see. We're on 1, 2, 3. We're on 3 YouTube channels. We're on Twitter and we're on Facebook all at the same time. So you guys can't see the comments. So that's 5 places we're live streaming right now.
There's no way we can possibly answer everybody.
It is.
And please don't think we're ignoring you.
It changes every half a second.
There's
just boom, boom, boom.
And we only have one person reading them because my glasses didn't do me very well tonight.
I wonder how many comments come at one time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. It's either 15 or 20, and it changes every 2 seconds. It's quicker than that. Every second or half second, those 20 and another 20 come up, and those 20 are coming. So you got to be fast.
You do have to be fast.
It's crazy.
So, try again next time. It's not that somebody's trying to tell me how to feel better.
Please gone.
No, 600 milligrams therapeutic ibuprofen.
Okay. Yep. It is just fast.
I'm going to be better. I'm going to feel better. It usually lasts a few days, and tomorrow's day 3, so I'm bound to be better.
That's right. Well, guys, we will catch you on another one. And as always, y'all be good.